What's happening YouTube? PokePhD here. I'm sure you're wondering why there is a frozen pizza on the screen when we're talking about Pokemon. But in today's video, we're hopefully doing something a little bit different to what we normally do, something a little bit more low-key and just some more kind of fun. We're hopefully going to be going through the Reddit PokeInvesting page and being critical and just taking the piss and probably just enjoying or maybe even agreeing with some of the posts that people have on here. It's a little bit of a mix of just people showing off the stuff that they have and people also then just discussing like collectibles and Pokemon investing and stuff generally. Personally, before we get into the video, I would say I much prefer the it's the r/Pokemon TCG page. I much prefer that to this page, as I think, and you'll see my opinion as we go through the page. But as I said, it'll be hopefully it will be a bit of fun. But that Reddit, the r/Pokemon TCG, just it's a good place to keep up with Pokemon and the TCG if you're not on Twitter, for example, like myself, where I normally kind of get my information from Instagram or from here. But let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into the things. And first thing obviously is the frozen pizza story. And obviously it is just a joke, rip or keep sealed, the pepperoni pizza. I'm going to say that's probably not going to last too long. So you're better off probably ripping that and eating it. And I mean, it looks like shit, but hopefully you did enjoy that pizza. Second post, we've got someone's got a black label on a Miriam. Nothing you can go too wrong with there. Paid 130. Black label's probably a couple of $1,000, I imagine, which is kind of crazy. The card itself now is raw is like $50 or $60, so I wouldn't be surprised if the black label's around that price. Coworker sold me his original set, which is missing Mewtwo and Alakazam for $1,200. Roast me or toast me. So let's quickly take a look at this one here. They've got, as you can see, yeah, it's a base set. What did they say? Missing Mewtwo and Alakazam. And it is a bunch of mostly, yeah, it is basically just the main set with a few of the hollows probably in decent condition. Some shadowless cards here you can see. I didn't need to do that. There's a few first editions as well, more shadowless, more first editions, a mix of jungle, base, Team Rocket. There's quite a few cards. But unfortunately, the majority of the non-hollows, even if they are shadowless, are only going to be worth a few dollars at most. Hollow Gengar, that's kind of nice. That looks like Hollow Haunter as well. $1,200, you could probably do a lot better than this. Oh, there's a first edition Hollow Mr. Mime. Probably, I don't know about the raw price, probably like, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks, maybe more. Hollow Chansey there. There's a lot of decent hollows in here. You've got the Vaporeon, that's nice too. What else do we have? Is that Moltres hollow? I can't really tell. That Dragonite definitely is. And then a few others. I mean, $1,200 is a lot to pay for that, to be honest. There's a decent amount of hollows, of course, which really does help. The majority of the non-hollows are really going to be less than $1 to like $5, maybe $10, depending on the card itself. I think it says here MP to LP. Yeah, that's probably overpaid a little bit there. You can pick up, I'm sure you can pick up the base, jungle, fossil, 3 sets for under $1,000, complete sets at this point in time. So definitely overpaid here. But it looks like they just bought something off their coworker, so you probably might want to maybe not talk to them again, maybe move jobs, given that they've just finessed you like that. That's double Moonbryons, no one really cares, that's boring. It's a long story. That is an upside down Giratina V Altar, which is interesting. I actually have an upside down graded card myself, but it wasn't PSA. Pure Silver Charizard, probably not a bad investment, even if it, for the fact that it's just silver. Although you can certainly do a lot better. It's a kind of cool looking Charizard though still. Those I believe will so it's from 4 days ago. Yeah, so those would be the Costco tins. I think the 3 were for $20, which is insane. Which is a great price. Can't go wrong with those. And clearly this person took that to the extreme, almost blocking the entire width, half width of what looks like a pretty big SUV or something as well. So this person, yeah, probably should spend more time chasing their dog around the park than getting tins of cheap cards from Costco. But you know, who am I to judge? Yeah, this person clearly just realistically they're just scalping all of these. I imagine they're just going to open them all and then sell the individual packs, which honestly they'll do well with, given that it's a lot of packs for the $20, I believe it was. But yeah, most people are gonna not be happy when they see this picture. But yeah, I mean they beat everyone to it. Not much more to say there from me. What would you value this all at? So these are all the Japanese evolutions. They're nice. I do like those. It's got to be about, I know the Umbreon's over it's around about $2,000. So I'd imagine them all together is probably about, no, because these are more expensive, aren't they? It's the Vaporeon, the original trio, right? The VMAXs, because they're from like the lottery set. I need to stop doing that. But no, those are nice. I do like those. I think they'll do reasonably well over the coming years. We've got a Pikachu binder. Let's open this up. We've got some Mario Pikachus, we've got some Festa Pikachus, I've got the Scream promos, then we've got loads. That's a lot of Pikachu promos, and there's more, and probably more and more. Those are some of the Ash Pikachu. These are the less interesting ones, and you know they're still good and fun to look at. We've got some more Festa Pikachus, we've got the Sword and Shield promos, we've got Red's Pikachu, of course, then we've got like the Surfing Pikachu, Yokohama, and like Comedian Pikachu. It's a good variety of Pikachus. I like that binder. That's a nice binder. Oh, Yama's Pikachu there too. That's the Easter Pikachu, another Surfing Pikachu. Lots of really nice Pikachus there. Awesome stuff. I think you can't go wrong with Pikachu promos, right? You can't go wrong with Pikachu cards generally. Can't imagine this is a particularly bad thing to buy if you're getting it at around market price. Not bad at all. I do really like that binder. Okay, let's continue. That's more about the Evolving Sky stuff. Just found all these in the attic today. Dragon Frontiers, Unseen Forces, Hollow Phantoms, Diamond and Pearl, Crystal Guardians. Blisters are nice. Yeah, they're obviously significantly more expensive than loose booster packs, but probably worth it. Yeah, this is not a bad wall of booster boxes even. First edition Neo Genesis, Neo Rev, you've got Dragon Frontiers, the X Delta Species, Opolis, Legendary Collection, a couple of Japanese boxes here. Japanese base. Mad, insane. That's like a EX Deoxys or something Japanese. When's the last time I saw that thing? Let me get this into view properly. This one here. I cannot remember the last time I saw that. And then we've got some base boxes. Can't see the first edition stamp on any of them, but maybe some Green Wings, maybe some Shadowless boxes. That, yeah, freaking the pinnacle of, or up there is the pinnacle of sealed Pokemon boxes. You certainly cannot go wrong with that. Awesome stuff. That's quite nice. I like that. Boss gave me a parting gift on the last day of my internship. Well, I wish your boss, or I wish my boss was as nice as your boss, because that's a pretty nice gift. That's a few $100s worth of packs, so that is not too bad. Master set of Sword and Shield alt arts. Yeah, that's cool. They're really, the one thing is, it's gorgeous to look at, right? Gorgeous to look at. There's some amazing arts there, some amazing Pokemon. I mean, the majority of these cards are probably gonna do reasonably well. They're not necessarily going to be stonkers and to the mooners, if that's a thing. Diamonds, whatever you want to call it. But again, there's a lot of not so good alt arts as well that probably aren't going to do much for ages. I mean, there it is. The Duraludon VMAX from Evolving Skies, pretty sure it's the same price it was when it came out, even given how crazy Evolving Skies was. So, you know, if you want it to be optimal, you would, I guess, not go and buy the crappy alt arts, and you would focus on the big, on the kind of better, more expensive ones. But again, this person's obviously collected a master set of the alternate art, so that's pretty nice to look at. As I said, that's a nice one. This person is in $1,500 of debt. If I hold, I'll make a profit. If you're in debt, sell what you're... Well, I mean, first of all, how much is it going to cost you to stay... Well, not stay in debt, but not pay off that money? You're probably better off selling everything you have to pay off that debt, and then anything you've got left over, basically start afresh. I wouldn't recommend buying any Pokemon stuff, any essential things. If you are in debt, particularly if you're in $1,500 worth of debt, pay your bloody debts off before you start buying Pokemon cards. Should be rule number one of buying anything other than like modern booster packs. Paid $380. What do you guys think of this card? That's the Post Japan Mail Pikachu promo, isn't it? The one that came with the Cramorant. $400. I feel like this card's gone up. Well, this card's definitely gone up since I last checked. They were like $200 when they were first getting graded after they got released, this and the Cramorant. So I know they're doing better than that now. So I think they got this for like going price. I don't think it's particularly cheap, where they at least have some room to flip it immediately if they wanted to. So I mean, it's a Pikachu promo. It's probably going to do well, but I know there's a lot of them too. You know, obviously we have like the Mario Pikachus, Mario and Luigi Pikachus, but these things are way more common than those. So interesting to see how well they do against those. Here's another lovely display case, so I want to check this out. We've got some what's he sets there. If I can what I want to do, right? Crystal Guardians, Holon Phantoms, some amazing sets here. And we've got a bit of Diamond and Pearl. We've got a little bit of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White at the bottom. I mean, those are the nice things. You've got some more XY and Black and White here in the second shelf, and then we're getting into XY, and then all the modern boxes, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. No one really cares about those. That's awesome. That's a Plasma Storm Elite Trainer box. That is ridiculously rare. You don't see those too often. And then the rest, outside of Shining Legends and Dragon Majesty, are just some common ETBs from Sword and Shield. So yeah, those, the kind of right hand side of this is like, who cares? The middle is really cool, and the first cabinet is insane. That's a really nice wall of booster boxes there. Display wall. CGC Pristine 10. Is that a base set Charizard? Yes, it is. I think I've seen this. No, I have seen this. This thing is awesome. Be interesting to see how this performs against the PSA 10 base set Charizard, because that, I believe... Let's just check this out. Okay, I can't really show this properly, can I? That's annoying. Yeah, the PSA 10 Charizard is probably a little bit less than $10,000 at this point, maybe like $8,000. Be interesting to see how well this does compared to that. You'd assume it's going to do more. It's going to be worth more. But I'm not a big fan of CGC Pristine 10s anyway. Since they changed their grading, I would barely trust their perfect 10s. Never mind the Pristines. Beckett, different story. If this is a Beckett gold label or black label with crazy stonks, CGC, it's just not for me. Unfortunately, I don't like that grading at all. Okay, what are your thoughts on investing in Pokemon games? So funny story, when I probably about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe a bit longer now, it's 2023, right? 2016, 15, I started playing Pokemon again, at least on the I bought Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire around about that time, maybe like 2014, 15, around then. And I got back into actually playing Pokemon, so I started playing a little bit of like Showdown, things like that. And what I actually did at that time was I bought a copy of basically every Pokemon game up until that point, and they were ridiculously cheap, of course, because no one was that interested. I think they were like 10, probably paid no more than 10 or $15 for each of the games. But then I stopped playing them and then actually sold them off as well. Probably should have held on to those just for nostalgia's sake. That would have been nice. But I know now that the last year, maybe 2 years, they've been a bit crazy. But you know, the majority of them, the newer ones especially, are just modern, mass-produced video games, and really aren't going to be worth a lot. I think it's pretty much a total waste of time there for anyone who's interested in making those kind of plays. Maybe if you're interested in doing like some of the sealed older boxes, graded older boxes, that's obviously different. Totally different conversation there, but just picking up cartridges is probably just a waste of time. But I wouldn't mind. I mean, I played the games a ridiculous amount. I'd do it just because of the nostalgia and enjoying it. A Gengar EX with an Arita signature. The Arita signature, the Gengar face, is really, really simple, but it's also really, really cool. You look at that and you just know. I mean, if you didn't see the art and if you didn't see the actual card art and you just saw that drawing, you'd know immediately that's a Gengar. So that's awesome. I mean, Arita signatures have been doing really well, of course, recently. Probably a bit of a peak, bit of a bubble thing right now. But you never know if something. Fingers crossed, he's totally fine. Touch wood, everything like that. But you know, if anything would happen to him, for example, I imagine these things would boom and skyrocket. Legit authenticated autographs, at least. It's a cool thing to have, definitely. I don't actually have one myself. I don't have any signature cards. I'm just not something I'm interested in. I don't like them having pen all over the card personally, but I can see why people like them. Which Shining Gyarados would you prefer and why? Definitely the Japanese. Look at how that holo just pops. And I'm a big fan of the English card as well, but these Japanese holo patterns are just insane. My current collection of... I built off flipping singles. So there's 8.5 Mew, Korokoro Mew. There's a 9 Neogen Lugia. There's an 8. A decent grades, to be fair. I thought they'd be a little bit lower. They'd be like 5s and 6s, but that's not too bad at all. I mean, it's mostly CGC, which is kind of meh, especially the 9s. A 9 CGC is probably bloody worth less than the cards are raw. But it's a nice, the top row's a bit, probably more cards that they like. And yeah, the graded cards are like some popular cards, but obviously just in lower grades, but not even that low, so that's kind of cool. Then the modern cards, I mean, yeah, at least get PSA 10s of those if you are going to get anything. They've got Giratina and the Raichu. Load and Raichu at the bottom, that's boring, to be honest. But like, okay, it's nice. They've bought that from flipping singles. I'm sure they should be kind of proud and happy that they managed to do that. Blister, Skyridge Blister. I mean, it's Skyridge, top 3 WotC set, and it's a blister. It's an old school blister. Can't go wrong there. Those are pretty awesome. Got the Korokoro Illusion Zoroark. Which number is this? Have a closer look at that. Oh, it's the Reich. Oh, it's with the different legendaries, yeah. I'm not sure the ins and outs of how much each one of these different Zoroark and Zorua, you know, design contest cards are worth. But they're nice cards, and obviously really limited in number as well. They're not bad investments at all. Again, they had a bit of time in the spotlight last year. This person sounds like they picked it up a while back, so for them, they're doing really well. I don't know if you bought it last year, for example, how well you are doing on something like that. That's just a base set. That's just a basic Clefairy. Ooh, this is an E3 sealed Pikachu. But obviously it's the packaging that's in a 10, as is the first comment. It's kind of nice. You don't see too many of those. Personally wouldn't go out of my way to buy one of those graded, but I mean, if you're grading it yourself, it's not bad at all. And yeah, you don't see too many of them, so why not keep a hold of it? There's what we're talking about with the video games. We've got a sealed copy of Pokemon Red in a Water 9. I don't know too much about video game grading. I listened to a few people talk about that kind of stuff, and Water is obviously one of the more popular ones. But I know they're also a bit shit as well, so it still calls Pokemon Red sealed. Pokemon Red sealed, 25 years old, sealed, encapsulated, encased. I'm sorry, who doesn't want this? It's insane. I think what they've said, they paid $38.50. Man, I don't have any myself. If I had the money, I probably would, if I wanted to, buy this over other Pokemon stuff I want to buy. I'd pay that much for it. 9. I don't know exactly like how good of a grade 9 is for video games, but if it's sealed and it's a 25-year-old Pokemon game, come on, that's insane. It's such a good thing to have. Such an amazing thing. I think I don't want to say undervalued, but certainly underrepresented, and probably should be talked about a little bit more, in my opinion. The vintage Magikarp and Wailord. Why does that sell? Yeah, because it's a pretty cool art. Probably that's why. I mean, it doesn't really make sense as well at the same time, right? Compared to like some Watsy Hollows, for example. But it's a really interesting card. Magikarp is quite a popular Pokemon, to be fair. Why does it sell more than a lot of vintage? Because there's just now, I don't know. Now we're at a different landscape, right? Where 3-4 years ago, the majority of collectors were Watsy collectors, and it seems like now that's not the case. The majority of collectors focus more on modern, probably just because generally things are a bit cheaper. And once they start building into their collections, they start looking at maybe modern first before they look at vintage. Maybe it's just the easier entry point for a lot of people, so that's something that they're comfortable with, and then that's something that they continue doing. I mean, I'd pick up this card personally. I don't know how much it's going for. Probably a few $100s at this point, if not more. I did a video a while back. I think I did a video about 6 months ago, maybe a bit less, on the most expensive Sun and Moon alt art, and then someone commented on that video last week saying that since I made the video, things have like doubled and tripled in price, which is insane. Just kind of the state of Pokemon at the moment being ridiculously unpredictable and massively volatile. Onto my collection so far. This just looks like modern, very ultra modern junk. Yeah, this is just a complete waste. It's just crappy box. I'm sorry, these are just very modern, just very basic boxes of money. Like, it's like you've gone to the game store and just bought whatever was on the shelf. Okay, you got a bit of V-Star Universe, and you've got what's that set called again with the 3 birds? That's a nice set too. Sky something, whatever. But the rest of it is just modern crap that you just found at GameStop. So there's a big thumbs down from me. Complete waste of space. If anything, for me, one thing I struggle with is because I buy boxes and stuff from my distributor, just end up just like passing on a lot of it because I don't want these boxes filling up the limited space that I have, so I don't even bother with them. I don't unfortunately have like a massive warehouse where I can put everything, which is annoying. But then also, yeah, I'm not buying modern junk boxes like that to keep. That's someone's PSA return. Looks like 10s on some modern cards. Umbreon's cool, and you know, the rest, they are what they are. I mean, if there's going to be some crazy price increase in those that we don't really consider, then so be it. Similar to like some of the Evolution VMAX cards, like the Espeon, for example. Because I picked up my copy a while back for like I think $60 or $60 or $70. Graded it, got the 10, put it aside, of course, and now it's over 100, and even with all the Fusion Strikes, stuff that went on. It's like still PSA 10 over $200 or something. They're alright. They're nice cards to have. Nothing special. That's the main thing. Shadowless Big 3 in BGS 9.5. I do like that. For me, Shadowless is my favorite of the base set variants. So I think that's super duper awesome. Yeah, those are nice. Definitely nice to have. Sure, they will do well over the long term. Again, depending on how much you bought them for. Skyridge booster art set. That's awesome. Really like Skyridge. Again, we talked a little bit about Skyridge from that blister before. Sealed Japanese exclusive Pikachu collection. That's also really nice, similar to that binder we saw before. But this has obviously got all those sealed promos inside, and they've got multiple copies of each of these different boxes, which is really nice. That is some awesome stuff. These Japanese boxes have been doing fantastically well. I need to start kind of taking a leaf out of this person's book and picking up more of those. I had the opportunity to pick up a lot of those Eevee boxes, those Evolutions, Eevee Hero, boxes when they first came out for like $150, $180, and I passed on them, and they're like well over $400 now, which is a shame. But obviously I bought other things. It's just a random binder of stuff. $10 for this at your local Walmart. Just buy them, crack them open, and have some fun and open some cheap packs. Why are you going to keep these massive bulky tins around for? Or just flip them straight away. There's such a waste, I think, just keeping something like this. Absolute waste of time, space, everything. Waste of everything. Looks like the PSA has mixed up that Gyarados and Hitmonchan. That is a classic. Thankfully, or maybe not. I mean, actually, that Hitmonchan's a 9, so that would have been nice. One of the rarest Japanese booster boxes. Can't even tell what that's a Neo set, right? Neo set is. Get that open. It's still loading, unfortunately, which is annoying, but we'll continue. After opening 8 of these worth of bulk, I'm joining the dark side and start. I mean, an Evolving Skies ETB. I think we recently got a few more. Brought the price down a little bit, made them a little bit more accessible and available. Oh, so much better. So many better things you can do. Current sealed WotC collection. I'll start buying them. I don't blame you. There's some nice packs there. I love the base set too. Booster packs. I love the fact that they're each different colors. Just shame that base set 2 is such a trash set, but those are really nice. This looks like, again, more. It's just hidden fades. So it's just a complete waste. So many better things you can buy, and talk about better things you can buy and such a waste. We've got. Yeah, I mean, the header for the thread is pretty accurate. Worst investments. The Charizard UPC, if anything, going down in price every day, it seems like. I have a few of these myself, to be fair. But I bought at distro price, and thankfully I did. Thankfully I didn't pre-order a load of them. Otherwise I would have been screwed. Sorry about that. My internet decided it wanted to play up a little bit. We're just going to carry on as we were before. So first edition BGS 9 Charizard for like 19k. There's a lovely Charizard card there. It's a decent copy actually. Let's check out the condition on this bad boy. Let's open up this, the third image, isn't it? Nice. Yeah, 9. Could be an 8, to be fair. Can't go wrong with the first edition Charizard, can you really? Although I'm not too sure how much the PSA 9 is going for at this point in time. I remember it was about 30k before last I checked. I imagine it's a bit less than that now. That is a... That's a 10 Shining Gyarados. That's Japanese as well. Yeah, that's insane. That's a great purchase. That is such a gorgeous card. Yeah, you don't see too many of those hanging around, so that I think is a fantastic purchase. Hey, we've got something a little bit different here. It's it's a Meowth doll. New York. Let's open this. Meowth Pokédoll, my mum bought for $10 in 2001, and it sold for over $2,000. That is insane. Insane return on that. Well worth it. Gengar V Max. Oh, the person got shafted on the 2. Yeah, starting to see some different stuff now, and by different I mean just less interesting. This is just modern. These are just a couple of EV Hero boxes there, but otherwise just regular modern stuff, nothing special at all. At least it wasn't as bad as some of those other tin collections where it's just a complete and utter waste having tins like that. This person, $100 to get a Tyranitar EX, awesome. Rayquaza V Max, not bad, going from $7 to $300, is it? Let's be honest. Wondering if my collection is any good. Some cool booster boxes there, some Watsy stuff. EX Era, yeah, that's nice. Neo Rev. Got some Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge. A couple of I think Diamond and Pearl era Japanese boxes too. That's a good mix. I genuinely, let's take a look at this box here. This box on the right, this red box, I have not actually seen before, which is interesting. Arceus V Celebrations, like, it's just trash. Or if you want to put it away, or you can actually do something useful with your money and not just put away modern sealed crap. 500 for all. Let's quickly take a look at this. I'm up. Wait, so $500 for all of this. There's already 3 base set Japanese Charizards. We've got a couple of Dark Charizards as well. We've got a couple of base Blastoise. It looks like 3 base Venusaurs. Yeah, you're probably doing fine there already, even if it's all Japanese. They're likely to be in decent nick, given most of them, well, they look like they're all Japanese cards. Never know, of course, someone could have ravaged them and just put them in this binder, but no, that's not a bad purchase for that price in particular. If you can, I would recommend just grading what you can, what looks like a 10. And then maybe just keeping the rest or selling them. You got them really cheap, so I wouldn't even see the need in just flipping them immediately. Some cool games there. I can't tell if they're sealed or not, but just nice, at least with the display boxes as well, which is really nice. And then we've got modern trash. More games. Cards are just modern trash, so forget about those. This person just posted that they've got $143,000 even worth of cards. Probably spent a lot of money there. Wouldn't mind that myself. BGS Black Label, Dialga V-Star, the Origin form Dialga. So that's a cool card. All these, yeah, it's just modern shit again. Base set Shadowless collection complete. What grades are these? That's what I want to know. I think they're 8s. Yeah, near mint to mint 8s. That's not bad. I feel like with Shadowless you could have done a little bit better. I would have at least gone for a 9. So if you could upgrade that to a 9, I would do. If it was first edition 8, it's a different story, right? But you Shadowless, you got to get at least a 9 there. Charizard base 4 pack. That is definitely not a Charizard. We've got 28 new. No, that's a lot of Watsy booster packs. 28 Neo Destiny, gotta be shining in there somewhere, right? Definitely rip all of those open. $38 for the tin and the Evolving Skies ETB. That's a really, really good deal. Another Costco deal. That's from 9 months ago. I remember this actually as well. Yeah, no, that's a good deal. But man, these things are so annoying. The tins just make me so annoyed. They're such a waste of space. I mean, sure, like we've got tins from Diamond and Pearl and EX and stuff now that are worth a lot of money, but these tins are just so mass produced that they're not going to be worth anything in 5 years, for example. I would not believe that they would. Again, as I said, if something crazy happens, then it happens, right? But just see it being such a waste of time. Some Celebration Charizard boxes. Charizard celebrations. Still boring, kind of modern stuff, but whatever. Got these UPCs for $68 each. That's cheaper than distribution. That's not bad. Not sure I believe those numbers, but you never know. You never know what people get up to. Might have been $68 each and a hand job down the alley. 1400 for those seems reasonably expensive. Probably overpaid a little bit there. Although these two are like $200 plus. Umbreon's about 500. Maybe it's not too far off, to be fair. I'm 14 years old with a sealed collection. I mean, that's nice, but you can do better. Savaging a kid. Master set like this, I like. This I really like. That looks like, yeah, every binder full of every set. I don't think it's the most, the best investing move you can make, but still, I really like it for the sake of collecting generally. Would not be putting binders together for, investing. You can see my air commas there. I would not put binders together for the sake of investing, that's for sure. We've got some older tins here, actually, some nicer older tins. Tins are not that popular, but these are cool. What are these boxes that they're in? I can dig some older tins. Still think like you're better off buying other stuff still, but Takeshi Charizard. Found this in Grammy's attic. Bloody hell, there's a lot of booster packs there. I've not seen too many of those. But that's got to be like 10 booster packs, which is sick. That's awesome. Walmart with just basic crap. Collection I picked up for $800. That looks quite expensive. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing special there, to be honest. Not that great a deal. What's this? Ooh, an actual trophy. And Charizard. They got a Charizard from the UPC. Charizard UPC, that's not too bad. Evolving Cries, typical Evolving Skies pulls from 36 packs. There we go, there's a PSA 9 Charizard Shadowless. That's a nice pickup, 4600. That's going to do well long term, you think, right? Pokemon booms again in 5 years. 8.5 Shining Tyranitar. Is that first edition? No, it's unlimited. Gotta get up to 9. That's just someone not packaging their stuff properly. Never catch me doing that. This must be... That's one of the special event Mewtwo's in a pristine 10. Just keep that. Don't do anything with that. Merry Christmas. Already getting into the dredges now, aren't we? The detritus. When we're looking at Steam Siege. Steam Siege blisters. And yeah, here's more of the like, oh, bought this for 250, good investment or not. Like, there's 10 million of these Charizards. I'm sure you can do better than that, or you can think a little bit. I'm not trying to be rude, by the way here, but like, when you're just buying the most common card on the market and asking if it's gonna be a good investment, you think things are supposed to be that easy? If that's what if you're about trying to make that money. And more UPCs again. This is just bad news, isn't it? Let's be honest. There's some nice first edition base set cards, yeah, I think we've gone a decent way. Looking through the as I said, the Reddit PokeInvesting page. Some interesting stuff there, and a lot of not so interesting, just generic, very modern, very easily found sealed product that you can get from pretty much any supermarket. So nothing more to say about those other than that they are a complete waste of time. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed looking through these with myself. As I said, there's some interesting stuff there, so it's always worth a look. And you know, if you're not checking out at least the Reddit, the r Pokemon TCG, so that's obviously r/Pokemon TCG, at least keeping up the news and just generally what's going on with Pokemon and the TCG, definitely check out that page. As I said, this is the PokeInvesting, r/PokeInvesting page. I don't think it's personally that great. I do enjoy sometimes just kind of going through what people post, because you do see some interesting stuff now and again, but it's a lot of, oh, I bought this modern booster box for $100, when should I sell it? Like all that kind of nonsense. But yeah, thank you for checking out the video. Otherwise, as I said, I'm not like trying to be rude or anything like here, just kind of sharing my opinion on a lot of that stuff. So but anyway, thank you for checking out the video, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one.